42-year-old Sajeevan was involved in a car accident in Kerala on July 21st. He got into a fight with passengers from the other car, and soon the police took him into the station. Instead of getting released in what should have been a routine case, Sajeevan died within a few hours. He became yet another victim of police brutality. Sajeevan is now a statistic. Despite public outrage and massive spotlight put on custodial deaths, following cases like Bennix and Jayaraj in Tamil Nadu or Sreejith in Kerala, every year hundreds of individuals die due to police brutality. So the only question that matters is, why do custodial deaths keep happening in India? Let me explain. The statistics should alarm you. According to the Union government, there were nearly 4,500 deaths in police custody in India between 2020 and 2022. That means every day an average of 6 people die in police custody in India. Uttar Pradesh topped the list with over 950 deaths in the last 2 years. In the south, Tamil Nadu reported 172 custodial deaths, 63 in 2020 and 109 last year. Kerala followed with 83 deaths in police custody between 2020 and 2022. Sajeevan's case, in fact, may not even make it to the list. He did not die in police custody. He was beaten up brutally and then allowed to leave. He collapsed just outside the police station and immediately died. So why do the police resort to custodial torture? There are primarily 3 reasons. 1. Torture is used as a form of punishment or as a tool of wielding power. When the person in custody is from a marginalized community, say a Dalit or a Muslim, it is well documented that the torture is much more severe. Why do the police have to abuse or beat up a man involved in a car accident? That is the question that Sajeevan asked the police, which angered them further. That is also the question that Bennix asked the police when he and his father were being taken to the police station. Why assault us? 2. The police routinely use violence during the investigation or interrogation to solve a case. For example, in 2019, a 17-year-old boy in Madurai was tortured to death to extract a confession in a theft case. 3. Custodial torture is also a means to extract money or get bribes from those detained and their families. A 2019 report by the National Campaign Against Torture documented several cases from Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Punjab and other states where the police used violence to get money from those detained. These reasons are precisely why there are some safeguards against custodial violence. For starters, the law does not permit any confession made to a police officer under any circumstance, force, torture or inducement to be used as evidence. Then there's the D.K. Basu judgment, where the Supreme Court has laid down guidelines to be followed in all cases of arrest and detention. These include a medical examination every 48 hours during custody. The Supreme Court has also ordered that CCTV cameras with night vision and audio be installed at every police station. The court directed that the CCTV cameras be placed at all entry and exit points, the lockup areas, the corridors and the lobby, basically recommending that no part be left uncovered. The idea was to check human rights abuses. As of November 2020, only 14 states had complied. States like Andhra Pradesh, Kerala and Telangana had not filed compliance reports with the Supreme Court. However, the sad reality is that many of these safeguards remain simply on paper. In Bennix and Jayaraj's case, they were taken to a doctor and then to a magistrate. Everyone could see that they had serious injuries, but no one did anything. The system is corrupt and complicit. But there are a couple more reasons why custodial deaths keep happening. 1. Rarely do police personnel face punishment for custodial torture or murder. Out of the over 1,800 custodial deaths that were reported between 2001 and 2020, only 893 cases were registered against police personnel. And out of this, 358 cops were charge sheeted. Only 26 policemen were convicted in that 20-year period. My colleague Sarita Balan recently did a status check on 4 custodial murders that took place in Kerala in the last few years. She found that police officers were transferred or suspended only after public outrage. But within months, these officers were back at their jobs and many were even promoted. 2. There is a serious lack of political will when it comes to accountability for custodial murders. The Prevention of Torture Bill has been a long-standing demand of human rights activists. While the bill was passed in the Lok Sabha in 2010, it ended up lapsing. Then in 2017, a watered-down version of this bill was prepared. But this too has ended up in cold storage indefinitely, with the union government saying that it has no plans to bring in the bill. Instead, the union government says that police and public order are state subjects and it is the state government's responsibility. Like the union government, states too don't want to touch the police force. Several states have used Section 197 of the CRPC to block prosecution of police officials. The section protects public servants from prosecution unless sanctioned by the state or union government. So why is there a lack of will? It's simple. The nexus between politicians and police officials. It's almost like a quid pro quo, a silent understanding between politicians and the police. Some experts have called for police reform and training to make cops work humanely. Others have called for the use of technology and scientific tools instead of third-degree methods. But the fact is that unless the police are held accountable, custodial deaths will keep happening in India. I just want to quickly remind you that the News Minute has launched 2 new YouTube channels, the News Minute Malayalam and the News Minute Tamil. Go and check it out and subscribe to these channels. And remember, videos like this take a lot of time, effort and resources. So if you value the work that we do support us by becoming a member of the News Minute. And as always, if you've liked this video, do hit the like button and share this video with your friends.